Diana Buttu is a former legal advisor to Palestinian peace negotiators. She joins us now live from Ramallah. Thank you very much for joining us here on Al Jazeera once again. Do you think this bid, if it's passed, is largely symbolic, or will it really help the Palestinians?
Well, that really depends on what Mahmoud Abbas does after this resolution is passed. It's clear that he will get the necessary votes today, but the real question remains whether he's just going to do this for symbolic measures in order to boost up his support, or whether he's actually doing this to try to change the rules of the game and try to ensure that Israel is held accountable for its violations of international law and its violations of international human rights. So it really depends on what he intends to do after this vote, if it's just a question of symbolism or if he really wants some teeth to this new vote.
Now, if this vote goes ahead, Palestine could join a lot of UN bodies, including the ICC. It could take cases to the International Criminal Court, couldn't it, when it wins this bid? And might it take the settlement issue to the ICC, do you think?
I certainly hope so. I mean, one of the major problems has been that Israel has been allowed to build and expand Israeli settlements for more than 45 years without so much as any country doing anything to hold Israel accountable. There have been a number of Security Council resolutions demanding that Israel stop, but there's been absolutely no effort made by the international community to stop Israel's colonization. This is why I think it's vitally important that this issue be taken to the International Criminal Court and that there be some teeth put behind international law so that Israel is given the message that it is not above the law and that the Palestinians are not beneath the law.
If the vote goes ahead, if the bid goes through, do you expect Israel will retaliate?
Israel has always retaliated. Whether Palestinians act peacefully, they retaliate. Whether the Palestinians go to the United Nations, they retaliate. Whether there's violence, they retaliate. I mean, this is Israel's the way that it has always behaved. So I certainly expect to see that Israel is going to take some action to perhaps build and expand more Israeli settlements. I don't, however, think that it's going to withdraw or hold back any of the funds that it owes to the Palestinian Authority, in large part because the Palestinian Authority is now, in effect, Israel's security subcontractor, and it needs the Palestinian Authority in order to maintain calm in the West Bank. So I don't see that they're going to be pushing for any sanctions on the Palestinian Authority, but I do think that they will retaliate in terms of political measures on the ground by building and expanding more and more Israeli settlements.
And what about the U.S.? Do you think the U.S. Congress might take away funding from the Palestinians if the bid is successful?
I also believe that this is a lot of bark without much bite. Most of the money that the United States gives to the Palestinian Authority is in the area of security, and given the fact that both Israel and the United States want to see a very large security presence in the West Bank. In fact, Palestinians have the largest per capita security force of any people around the world. I don't see that the United States is going to put any pressure or withdraw any funds to the Palestinian Authority in the realm of security. They may, however, in other sectors, such as some of the cultural sectors, such as some of the infrastructure projects that they have in place. But really this highlights the standing that the United States has, which is that it says that it wants to see freedom for the Palestinians, but will do everything to go out of its way to make sure that there is no freedom for the Palestinians.
Diana Buttu, thank you very much once again for speaking to us.
My pleasure.